Hey, what's up my gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful queen bees? It is your girl Amanda the Buzzed Artist. Welcome back to my channel. We're doing it again. We are doing another coloring page challenge. We're going to be taking a regular coloring page that you would find in any kind of children's book and transform it into a cool acrylic masterpiece. We did this before with the scarecrow painting. We're taking the leap from scarecrows to a jack-o'-lantern. This is going to be interesting because there's a lot of room for interpretation, so I think this is going to present a greater challenge for me. And if you guys want to follow along with me and use the same coloring page, I will link that coloring page in the description below. The way I'm going to be doing this transformation, I'm going to take the coloring page and then transpose it onto a watercolor paper. Watercolor paper can do way better with holding onto acrylic paint than say just regular printer paper. And in order for it to fit my 9x12 watercolor paper, I'm just going to blow up the coloring page to the size that I want, and then transfer it to my watercolor paper. At this point, I got it down to a little routine, but if you guys want to check out how I do those transfer methods of any image to a canvas, check out that video that I got up right in here. I am now ready to start painting. Let's choose some color. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Definitely gonna use some black, some yellow, browns, all the fall colors. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for. Do some green, raw umber is good. Burnt sienna. Ooh, a nice orange yellow. A blue in there, because why not? Water. Bring out my number 8 round brush, 1/4 inch flat wash. A few of our liner brushes just to get the party started. Let's just go ahead and paint the background before we even start tracing this bad boy. Some sort of like purple would be really cool, so I'm gonna go with a violet. Of course, cannot forget our color white. Maybe some blue. Come on, brother. Ugh. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do some darker colors on the edges here. Then it's gonna transition to like a lighter color in the middle. So that way we bring the focus to the middle to where all the pumpkins are. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Let's go with that. Go with like a circular motion so we can create like a focal point. So we're gonna wait for this guy to dry, then we're going to add in our pumpkin traceable. And we'll get to that in the power of editing. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! It's dry. Take my stencil, turn it over, and then I put it where I want it to go. So let's tape this down so this don't go nowhere. My little PVC washi tape. And with just a regular pencil or a colored pencil of your choice, you can go ahead and start to outline your pumpkin. Let's see what we got. Every single time. That is so freaking cool. So now that we got everything transposed, we're now ready to start painting. Here we go. Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood voiceover speaking. You guys, I had a lot of fun with this, so I'm going to explain to you my process, kind of what my thoughts were as I was tackling this painting. So, because I wanted this to be jack-o'-lanterns in a darker setting, I really wanted to make sure that the glow of the light coming out of the pumpkins really showed through. And the way I did that was working with darker values of colors, meaning I take like oranges and I start with like more of the darker tones first, and then I start adding more and more lighter tones of that color, yellow, and kind of layer as I go. And I kind of just go back and forth with this. I add in the highlights, and then I go back in with the darker tones to really accentuate the shadows. This is so important when you want to take something that looks very simple and flat to more realistic in depth. It really has to do with your color values and what you decide to do with them. This is something that I cover in my Magic of Acrylics class on Skillshare. If you want to go ahead and give it a try, you can try it free for 2 weeks, so I'll include a link to that class in the description below. But that's the general gist of how I'm approaching this coloring page, because Quite honestly, if you look at a regular coloring page, it's a lot of flat colors. It's just one color tone for whatever area that you're painting, and that's it. You're not accounting for shadows, you're not accounting for highlights. Real trick here is getting those highlights to happen. And guys, let me tell you something. When it came to doing the light emanating out of the pumpkin, I had to kind of do a couple reference photos and see what light looks like when it's coming out of something. So I always suggest, if you're stuck and you're not entirely sure what something looks like color-wise, take a reference picture of something similar and observe the colors that are happening here. And so what I kind of discovered was that when you're painting the inside portions of the jack-o'-lantern, the part that actually has light coming out of it, I had two tones that I kind of worked with. I had a tone of orange, which reflected what the pumpkin was, and then I went even lighter with a bit more yellow and white to bring out another corner of the inside to look like it's actually emanating with light. So there is a little bit of like a play here where I had to work with two tones of colors and mix them together and balance them just to make sure that they looked right. And you'll see that I kind of keep touching up and going back and adding more and more layers as I go. And that's the name of the game here. And you guys know this from my channel. It's okay to add layers. Layers are beautiful. Layers are amazing. If you expect to get this painting done in one fell stroke, shooting yourself on the foot here, because painting is about exploring and it's about figuring it out as you go. You got a general plan, yes, of course, but you just want to keep playing and layering. Layering is okay, and boy, do I do a lot of layering with this particular piece, and I'm actually really, really proud of it, especially when I go back in with like the darker like raw sienna and raw umbers and add in those shadows, because man, it is so freaking cool. And guys, like, I really love the fact that I did like this really cool like textured blending on the pumpkin itself to give it more of like a rougher texture. And I really just took my brush, turned it sideways, and just kind of did like a scribble back and forth technique with the side of the brush. And that helps to just pull paint out and spread it out and create a really banging looking blend. Totally love it. So that's my total process here. So I'm going to be quiet now and let you enjoy the rest of this video. This looks so cool. Guys, we did it. We turned a coloring page into a stunning work of art. If you guys like this video, please be sure to give it a like and to subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button. You know what to do so that you can see more videos like this from me to you in the future. You guys, I'm kind of like obsessed with this thing now. Like, I love to turn something that's so simple into something so artistic. If you did a version of the same coloring page, be sure to tag me on Instagram at The Buzzed Artist. I'd love to see see what you guys do with these because, man, it is just a creative triumph to turn anything into something that is uniquely you. How long was I even painting for? Wow, about 3 hours of intensive painting. I feel good, and I'm gonna give my hand a nice rest. Remember to love yourselves and always have fun with your art. See you all next time. Bye!